never came back up again. So earnings went down. If earnings go down, what else goes down? Taxes go down. If taxes go away, what else goes away? The government goes away. If the government goes away, the FDIC goes away. So think about it. Everything is built on the stock market. That's why I don't ever worry about the stock market going down. Everybody has the same goal in mind when stocks go down. Get it to come back up, because we got to get earnings to come back up. Now, you have two things at your control to get earnings to come back up. One is sales. We can change what we're selling or sell more of whatever we have if we can. And if we can't do that, we can reduce our expenses. And that's exactly what companies do. You'll notice that they lay off people when things get bad, and hence that is why the stock market has recovered from every downturn throughout all of history. Now, if you want to learn more about our approach to investing and financial planning, go to paulwinkler.com and set up a free 15-minute phone call, or call 615-851-1950.
It's 2 o'clock. I'm Mac Morey with your top stories. A beautiful day out in Nashville right now. 50 degrees, sun flying high, not a cloud to see in the sky. Currently over in East Tennessee, a little chillier there. They've got some freeze warnings, frost advisories, but all Middle Tennessee looking a lot nicer today. Weather coming up in just a few minutes. Starting with the collapse of regional bank Silicon Valley Bank. It happened last Friday. Then Signature Bank over the weekend collapse, sounding alarm bells with lawmakers. Alexis Christoforous tells us President Biden is asking Congress to expand the number and size of banks subject to mandatory protocols.
These so-called stress tests that right now the large banks have to do, they have to make sure they have enough cash on hand for a serious problem like a deep recession. The same criteria would now apply to mid-sized banks, those banks that have $100 billion to $250 billion in assets. That would include First Republic Bank, Silicon Valley Bank, and Signature Bank, two of the banks that have gone under.
And here in Tennessee, we got an update on a story from yesterday that we discussed. We reported on the live barricade situation yesterday. This was on Candlewood Drive. After hours of standoff and negotiation, the police entered that house just before 7 p.m. They found the suspect dead from a, quote, self-inflicted gunshot wound. The man involved in the standoff has been identified as 29-year-old Tyler Gardner. The Murfreesboro police said Gardner apparently went to his parents' house in Hendersonville after a shooting at a Murfreesboro apartment, and it left his girlfriend, 30-year-old Eva Silver, dead. A member of Silver's family found her dead inside of that apartment around 11 a.m. And over in Texas, a judge today in Amarillo hearing a legal challenge to the use of mifepristone, the so-called abortion pill. The conservative plaintiffs argued that the FDA's approval of the drug 23 years ago overstepped its authority. And Flaherty tells us even if plaintiffs convince this judge to side with them, this case will be far from over.
There's no doubt that the FDA and the government